This is AZ-104-Lab number 10, Implement Traffic Management. So first download the lab file. Let's download the lab file and log in into our Azure portal. Lab Introduction. In this lab, you learn how to configure and test a public load balancer and an application gateway. Lab Scenario. Your organization has public website. You need to load balance incoming public requests across different virtual machines. You also need to provide images and videos from different virtual machines. You plan on implementing an Azure load balancer and an Azure application gateway. All resources are in the same region. So task 1 is use a template to provision an infrastructure. We have already downloaded the lab files. Deploy a custom template. So we need to load file from all file labs. AZ-104-6 VMS template JSON. Now edit parameter. Load the same file with parameter JSON and select save. Use the following information to complete the field on custom deployment page. Wait for the deployment to complete before moving to next task. So deployment is done. These are all the resources which are being created. There will be one virtual network with 3 subnet. Okay. Each subnet will have a virtual machine. Yes. So task 2 is configure an Azure load balancer. In this task, you implement an Azure load balancer in front of two Azure virtual machines in the virtual network. Load balancer in Azure provide layer 4 connectivity across resources such as virtual machines. Load balancer configuration include a front-end IP address to accept connection, a backend pool, and rule that define how connection should traverse the load balancer. So this is our resource group. We have two subnet mask, two subnetwork, and in each subnet we have one virtual machine. We will connect a load balancer in between these machines. Let's go to load balancer. Let's create a load balancer with these values. On backend pool tab, click add a backend pool with the following settings. Let's go to resource. Now we are going to add a rule to determine how incoming traffic is distributed. So let's go to setting, load balancing rules, select add. Copy the public IP address, open another browser and navigate to IP address. Hello world from AZ-104 VM1. Yes. So let's review what we have done in task 2. We have created a load balancer. Then we have created an fronted IP configuration and then backend configuration, backend pool. And then we have added a rule for the incoming traffic. Next is task 3. Configure a Azure application gateway. In this task, you implement an Azure application gateway in front of two Azure virtual machines. An application gateway provides layer 7 load balancing, web application firewall, SSL termination, and end-to-end encryption to the resource defined in the backend pool. The application gateway routes image to one virtual machine and video to the other virtual machine. This subnet will be used by the Azure Application Gateway. The application gateway requires a dedicated subnet of 27 or larger size. Now let's go to application gateway, create a new one. Next configuration, routing name, role name, priority is 10, listener name AZ-104 listener, fronted IP public, HTTP port 80, listener type basic, backend target is this one, and this is HTTP. In path-based routing section, select Add multiple target to create a path-based route. You will create two rules. Click Add after the first rule. Okay. So rule routing to the image backend. Path is going to be this one. Target name is image. Backend setting is this. Backend target. Next is routing to video backend. Where it goes. Okay. Backend setting is this and target is video. Let's create it and wait for its deployment. So deployment is complete. Ensure both server in backend pool display healthy. On the overview blade, copy the value of fronted public IP. So this lab is completed. Thank you.